If you're over 60, some of your everyday habits might be quietly working against you, sapping your energy, fogging your memory, even dulling your joy, and you may not even realize it. You wake up feeling tired even after a full night's sleep. Your body aches in places it didn't 5 years ago. The little things like climbing stairs or remembering where you put your keys feel harder than they should. But here's the thing, it's not about doing more. It's about making small, meaningful changes that actually support your body and mind in this chapter of life. So if you care about healthy aging, feeling strong, and building a life that still feels yours, subscribe. You're not alone here. You belong here. You know, nobody really prepares us for this part of life. There's no guidebook for what it feels like to look in the mirror and not quite recognize the person staring back. Not because you don't love who you are, but because sometimes you wonder where the spark went. Maybe your days feel a little too quiet, or you sit in a room full of younger voices and realize no one really asks you what you think anymore. That sense of purpose you once carried, raising kids, working long hours, caring for others, starts to feel like it's in the rearview mirror. I've talked with folks in small towns like Delano, Minnesota, and retirees from bigger cities like Tampa, and the feelings are the same. There's a quiet loneliness that can sneak in, even when you're surrounded by people. And there's this idea floating around that slowing down is just how it goes after 60. But you're still here, still breathing, and your body and mind deserve just as much care and attention now as they ever did. That's why these daily habits matter. Here's what I want you to hear today. Aging isn't the end of anything. It's the beginning of a new rhythm. A slower one, maybe, but slower doesn't mean less valuable. One small habit, like stretching in the morning or going for a short walk after dinner, can change the way your whole day feels. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be real. I've seen it over and over again. When someone over 60 starts giving themselves a little structure, a little intention, their energy lifts. Their confidence returns. That inner spark flickers back on. Healthy aging isn't about chasing youth. It's about staying you with clarity, strength, and purpose on your own terms. You've probably heard, or even said, well, that's just part of getting older. But here's the truth, that's a myth. Not everything that happens after 60 is inevitable. Feeling stiff every morning, foggy in the afternoons, struggling to sleep or stay motivated. That's not just how it goes. Those are signs that your habits might need a gentle tune-up. Healthy aging isn't passive. It's something you can build with small, daily choices that support your body and protect your mind. So no, this isn't just getting old. This is your chance to rewrite what life after 60 really looks like. Let's get into it. 1. Start your mornings with movement, not screens. Mornings set the tone. And for folks over 60, how you begin the day can shape your energy, your focus, and even your mood. Take Carol, for example. She's 67 and lives in Eugene, Oregon. For years, she'd wake up and scroll through the news on her phone before even getting out of bed. I thought I was staying informed, she told me, but really I was starting my day with stress. Now, she starts with 10 minutes of gentle stretching and a short walk around her block, just to greet the day. That one change helped ease her joint pain and lifted her morning fog. It's not about doing yoga or breaking a sweat. It's about choosing movement over mental clutter. This kind of habit supports healthy aging by helping your body stay mobile and your mind stay present. 2. Hydrate with intention. It sounds simple, but drinking enough water is one of the most overlooked habits in senior wellness. After 60, our thirst signals become less reliable. Dehydration can sneak up on you and show up as fatigue, headaches, even memory issues. Daniel, a 72-year-old retired chef from Cincinnati, told me that by lunchtime, he used to feel groggy and lightheaded. He assumed it was blood sugar or just old age. But once he started tracking his water, making sure he drank a glass with every meal, his focus came back, and his energy didn't crash midday. So here's a tip. Keep a water bottle nearby and add a squeeze of lemon or cucumber slices if plain water feels dull. It's one of the most practical, powerful forms of over 60 health advice out there. 3. Protect your sleep like it's sacred. Sleep after 60 can get tricky. You might fall asleep fine, but then wake up at 2 a.m. wide-eyed and restless. But poor sleep isn't just a nuisance. It affects your memory, your mood, even your balance. Sandra, who lives in Asheville, North Carolina, said she finally stopped treating her evenings like an afterthought. No more falling asleep to the TV or scrolling on her iPad. Instead, she built a wind-down routine, dim lights, a warm shower, and reading a chapter of her favorite novel. Within 2 weeks, she was waking up rested for the first time in years. Healthy aging isn't just about daytime habits. It starts the night before. 4. Make lunch your biggest, most nourishing meal. A lot of us grew up thinking dinner should be the main event. But digestion slows as we age, and eating heavy late in the day can leave you feeling sluggish or bloated. I've heard this time and again from folks in retirement communities in places like Sarasota and Temecula. Shifting your main meal to lunchtime gives your body more time to process nutrients and keeps your energy up through the afternoon. Think whole foods, roasted veggies, lean proteins, healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. This kind of rhythm supports digestion, brain clarity, and balanced energy, all key parts of how to stay active in retirement. 5. Do something daily that brings you joy and has nothing to do with productivity. This one might be the most overlooked. So many people over 60 are still living by the clock, measuring their worth by what they get done. But let me tell you about James. He's 69, lives in Flagstaff, Arizona, and after his wife passed, he felt completely untethered. One day, a neighbor invited him to join a local watercolor class. "I haven't painted since high school," he laughed, but he went. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, James paints. Not for money, not for anyone else, just for himself. And he swears it's what pulled him out of the grief fog. Finding purpose in later years doesn't have to be some grand reinvention. Sometimes it's a quiet hour spent doing something that simply makes you feel alive. 6. Connect with someone, face-to-face or voice-to-voice. Social media doesn't count. I'm talking about real connection, a conversation, a shared laugh, a check-in. Nancy in rural Vermont told me that during the pandemic, she went days without talking to another human. "I didn't realize how heavy that silence was," she said. Now, she has a standing phone call with her cousin in Ohio every Friday. Just 15 minutes. But she says it resets her whole week. Loneliness is one of the biggest threats to health after 60. A simple, consistent habit of connection can protect your mental health in ways no supplement ever could. 7. End your day with gratitude and gentleness. Before bed, instead of rehashing the news or worrying about the future, name 3 things that went right today. They don't have to be big. I know someone named Maurice in Tulsa who writes his down in a little leather notebook each night. "Today I watered the garden. Had coffee with Denise. My knees didn't hurt." That's what he wrote last Tuesday. Gratitude reshapes the brain. It softens the heart. It tells your body you're safe. This is part of the emotional side of senior wellness tips. Learning to treat yourself with the same kindness you spent a lifetime offering others. That's your 7. None of them require fancy equipment or big money. Just attention, care, and a willingness to believe that this season of life still holds beauty, meaning, and vitality. I want to tell you about my neighbor, Evelyn. She's 74 and lives just a few houses down from me here in a quiet part of Silverdale, Washington. A few months back, she told me she felt like her days were just melting together. "I wake up, do the same things, sit in the same chair, and then it's bedtime again," she said. So she decided to try something new. Just one habit, She started going outside every morning at 8 a.m., rain or shine, to walk her garden path and talk to her plants. Nothing fancy, just 15 minutes of air, light, and movement. Now, she says she feels more awake, more herself. Sometimes healthy aging starts with one simple decision: to step outside again. If you haven't seen our video called 5 Ways to Stay Independent After 60, it pairs really well with what we've talked about today. That one's all about simple ways to help boost your energy, sharpen your mind, and support overall wellness after 60. I'll link it for you. It's a great next step. I'd love to hear from you because your story matters here. What's one small daily habit that's helped you feel stronger, calmer, or more like yourself after 60? Maybe it's your morning coffee on the porch, a phone call with an old friend, or something new you just started trying, like stretching, journaling, or learning to cook for one. Drop it in the comments. You never know who might need to hear it today. Because the truth is, we're all figuring out this chapter together. And sometimes your small shift might be someone else's turning point. If today's habits sparked something in you, even just a little shift, then you want to check out the next video I made. It dives into 7 daily habits for healthy aging after 60 and how to stay independent as a senior. We talk about energy, joint health, and yes, even what to do on those days you just don't feel motivated. So if you've ever wondered how to stay consistent with your wellness after 60, click over when you're ready. There's no rush, just one step at a time, right alongside people who truly get it. This space isn't about comparison. It's not about who's aging better or doing it right. It's about showing up, honestly, gently, and together. So if something in today's video spoke to you, share a little bit of your journey in the comments. Or if you see someone else sharing theirs, offer a word of encouragement. A kind reply can go a long way, especially in a world that too often overlooks people over 60. This is your space, a place for senior wellness, real connection, and meaningful support. We're not just building better habits, we're building a better community, one story at a time. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not fading. You're transforming. This chapter of life doesn't mean you're less valuable. It means you carry more wisdom, more resilience, more clarity than ever before. And with just a few simple habits, done with care and consistency, you can feel stronger, more energized, and more yourself again. Healthy aging isn't about chasing the past. It's about honoring who you are now and choosing every day to take gentle steps forward. So if no one's told you lately, you're doing better than you think. You matter here, and your best days, they're not behind you. They're unfolding right in front of you.